So good evening everybody and welcome back to FTRL. We are 3 weeks into season 32 already and we arrive here at the Red Bull Ring for round 3. It is a dual header, so it is a mixed week with a sprint race in the Mazdas followed by a mid-length endurance race a little bit later on. And one thing you should know about the Red Bull Ring, if you've ever watched any racing here, is that being based in a mountainous region, anything can happen with the weather. But, so take from that what you will for later on. The good news is though for the drivers, as they are getting their laps in now in the Mazdas, preparing for qualifying, is that the sun is shining and it's looking like glorious conditions, at least for qualifying. But let's see how we get on come qualifying and the race then. So as I mentioned, 2 races ahead of us, 12 laps of the Mazdas in the sprint race before we have our endurance race later on in the Ferraris, which is 26 laps. Controversial aero again. Ooh, controversy already. There's controversy in F1 over their new engines. Have Mercedes and Red Bull, Ford found something dodgy to do with their engines, and now there's aero shenanigans going on in FTRL. Evil. That's all you need to know. Like it's going to be evil. So we are just waiting for the man just arrived. Stufa, everybody's in. I am in charge of the settings, Fever. Yes, I have got the weather settings ready to go for the main race. Nobody knows what I've got in store. As soon as this sprint race is over, I will be messaging Zom and giving him the details as to what to set the weather to. So I am still open to some suggestions. So yes, please do get any suggestions in for how you'd like to treat them. Although for the GT1 drivers in the chat saying, oh, let's be evil to them, remember that Joker is going to be picking the weather for tomorrow. So yeah, it's on you if he does something evil. Just beware careful what you ask for, GT1, because it will be coming back, being paid back to you tomorrow. Right, I think qualifying about to get underway then. 10 minutes of qualifying for the Mazdas, which will set the grid for the sprint race, and then the feature race will have a reverse grid of race 1. And so who's going to be out first on track? It is going to be Zomba, of course. Oh, he has remembered to assign his horn to a button. God. So stay on board. On then. In the meantime though, while we're waiting for him to go round, let's go dig out the standing, shall we? See how everything lies after the first 2 weeks of the season. And what a 2 weeks it's been. Last week of course was just a long endurance race, and an unsafe release prevailing at Maggiore Reverse. Blue Flag was unable to back up his double victory in week 1. In fact, he was relegated to 3rd there as Joker held on superbly at the end there for his first P2 of the season after getting 2 P3s in week 1. So unsafe Joker and Blue Flag so far have shared all the podiums of this season between them. That has meant that coming to this week, unsafe release leads the way in GT2 by the matter of 3 points then after his 2 silver, 2 second places and first place last time out. Blue Flag is second on 84 points now with his 2 wins in week 1 and 3rd last time out, and Joker is 3rd on 81 then with his 2 thirds and a 2nd last time out then. So 6 points cover the top 3 in GT2. Glyn is 4th on 64 points, it's 55 for Derek in 5th. Ozon is 6th on 48. Macman is 7th on 43 and Face Potter is 8th on 43 as well. Right then, but we're going on the board then for lap of Red Bull Ring with Zom then, and up towards turn 1 we go then. We're going to open the angle up there, get on the curbs for turn 1, throw it in, mind that yellow curb on the inside, and run out to the sausage, up to the sausage curb on the outside of turn 1. And now start charging up the hill again towards the mountains. This is snaking stretch here. This is classed as turn 2, but I'm not going to call it turn 2 because it's not a turn, it's just a kink in the road. This is the proper turn 2, then heavy braking zone down all the way to first gear. Get the nose round, quickly put to second gear, then on exit. Still grinding over them. Now we get to the highest point of the circuit, and now we start to plunge downhill again then. Down now towards turn 3. A very tricky downhill braking zone this one. Take that as late as you dare. Down the second gear. Off that apex on the inside, use the bit of curve on the outside there. Done there by Zom. Weave then through this long right-hander, then into the first of the double left-handers in the infill section. Only 2 left-handers on the circuit. Hit one, using all the curve and the run-off on the outside then to open the angle up for the next corner. Second one of these. And then the speed now starting to build again. Start to climb uphill. Once again through the trees. The crest then looking for your braking marker on the left. We're going to brake at about 75. Into the first of the right-handers there. Again, just sneaking around there, using all the curbs on the outside there. Throw it in the final corner, take as much curve as you dare. Use a little bit on the outside as well. And then along the start-finish straight we go. And across the line is a 1:43.7. Then the first time on the board, Nobby Norris, who we'll touch on in a moment. However, jumps to the top of the standings quickly though, dispossessed by unsafe release. Goes fastest boy Johnny Boy up to P2 there. Great lap from Johnny Boy. He goes second. I'm going to stand third. Steve goes fourth. Joker into fifth. Matt Man in sixth place. Zom is seventh. Derek is eighth. Then ahead of Glyn in ninth. There's a Glyn. Had a bit of a scruffy opening lap. Then a big slide into turn 1 as he starts lap 2 as well. Face Potter, one of the stars last time out. Then he goes seventh. A superb qualifying effort. Like the line goes second. So Odon goes third. Odon's found a bit of speed recently as well. Had a solid qualifying last time out. Race didn't quite go as he would have liked, but still got a solid points haul at Maggiore. Yeah, we need to touch on this man here, Nobby Norris. I missed the first week at Abu Dhabi. He's back last week for the first time, and he was an absolute star of the show, coming through a P4. Nobby Norris with a stunning drive last time out then to win GT3. Paced himself absolutely superb. He said it was possibly his best drive in FTRL, and few would argue as well. Absolutely great performance from him there. Let's see how he gets on then for his first go in the Mazdas now. This man does, I believe, own an actual Mazda MX-5 in real life, so he should be the master of him, and he's gone for probably the most famous Mazda livery of them all, of course, from the Mazda 878 and the 868. Oh, and Tom's gone off at the final corner, just in front of him. Is that going to put him off then as he comes to the line? Does he improve on his 42.80? Does not. He misses out by 17 thousandths of a second then, but stays P5. Johnny Boy though, stunning effort from him so far. He improves as well marginally, stays fourth as Joker moves up to fifth then, splitting Johnny Boy and Nobby Norris. So Felice improves into the 41s with his second run and a 41.8. What about Blue Flag? Can he respond? He's going to find 6/10 of a second. Monte Carlo improves. Blue Flag out of the final corner. Carlo in a bit of a slide there. Less than a tenth behind Blue Flag. Can he improve on this time? He does. 41.9. There's a second driver into the 41s. Puts half a second between himself and Odon, who crosses the line but doesn't improve this time around. Johnny Boy, this is going to be a good week for him then. Qualifying so far going very well. Joker fifth, Nobby Norris 6th, but in 7th, and Face Potter in 8th. Arguing back in 9th. Oh, I guess a half second penalty there on the run to the line. Big shame for him there. Yeah, that would not have been an improvement. That man in P10. Oh dear me, car shaking its hips there as he just got the power down. 11th. Carlo in 12th. Derek in 13th. Customary it is these days. Seems to have his livery a little bit this week, perhaps, can't remember. Glyn down 14th then. Glyn struggling at the moment, which is unlike him. Let's see if he can find a bit of speed on this lap then. So got time for a couple more laps, so he's not lost, but at the moment it's unsafe for Lease, down to a 41.4. Puts half a second between himself and blue flag again. Unsafe, looking like the man to beat here. Joker goes third, so bumps Odon down a position, then Glyn out the final corner. Improving it is, but he stays in 14th. There's a Glyn struggling at the moment with this Mazda this week. He had a fairly good run Abu Dhabi, but has so far not quite been able to replicate that around then. That's what's going on up front. Blue flag out the final corner then. Unsafe release has just lowered the bar. Can blue flag respond? He can, but only by 7,000 per second. So unsafe release looking rosy at the top. Odon goes back into third. 42.4 from him. Goes half a tenth ahead of Joker. Look how close these three are then. Odon is half a tenth up on Joker. Joker is 0.08 of a second up on Johnny Boy. He's been mega consistent as well. Look, for two 42.6s and a 42.5. So Johnny Boy right in the thick of it at the moment. Very well. We're still in 6th. Didn't improve last time out. See how he's getting on this time. He is up by nearly 2/10, but he'll have to find some more if he wants to bump Johnny down. He'll put a bit of time between himself and Face Potter, who's got a half-second penalty, so he will not be improving this time around. As a Stufa, he'll be serving that then. Monte Carlo 9th, just on his personal best of the 43.5. Where then is unsafe release. He's down to a 41.4. Is he going to improve further? So is he does a 41.3. Bobby Norris does find time in the final sector and jumps ahead of Johnny Boy. So he's now right up behind Joker. So there's a really tight battle between. Joker goes third. Joker responds immediately and jumps ahead of Odon. And improving his time as well. To 9th he goes. Monte Carlo just did a personal best at 42.5, but an invalidated lap, unfortunately. Blue flag to the top. Blue flag to the top. He finds 0.7 of a second on that lap to the 41.2. So the gauntlet laid back down to unsafe release. Those two are looking about the 0.8 up on Joker in third. So these two are looking like it's going to be a battle royale once again, as it was in the first week. Unsafe and blue flag in both races. Last week, unsafe kind of had the measure from the word go. And won comfortably in the end then, and he's responding. He is nearly 2/10 up. He's 1.5 up in sector 2. Yeah, a bit of a slide there though on the exit. The second left-hander. Static Shocker getting out of the way. These are the final laps then. Unsafe will be the first one to come to the line to complete his qualifying session. Can he keep that momentum up? One more corner to go. It's neat and tidy through the penultimate corner. It's neat and tidy through the final corner. Then it's now just a sprint to the line. Has he kept the momentum up? Can he respond? No, he can't. He comes up just short then. So unsafe release has been pipped to pole position. Joker's pulling off and he's not improving. Nobby Norris does not improve. Johnny Boy does not improve. Glyn does improve this final one up to 9th then. So finally gets a lap hooked up. Does Monte Carlo do on his final run? Does not improve. Does not improve. Static Shocker we saw parked up a little while ago. So we'll be improving on this front. And that then seems to be that then. So unsafe release seemed to be cruising to pole position, but blue flag has pulled one out of the bag right to death. Unsafe unable to respond on the final lap. Well, let's see if they crash. But it looks close for third. So 6,000 up on Odon at the end there. Nobby Norris a 10th back, just under a 10th back, and then Johnny Boy just a couple of tenths further back behind them. So looking super close there in the mid-pack. These are the gaps, and look at that, half a tenth between first and second once again. Blue flag unsafe release, then lining up to do battle for the second time in a row in these Mazdas. Behind them, it's very tightly bunched there. Look, between Joker, Odon and Nobby Norris, less than a tenth between them. Johnny Boy are right on their coattails. Then you got Facepot in seventh, right up there alongside Stufer. Glyn just behind them, Matman all very close together, then Monte Carlo. I came back, Zom, Derek all close together as well, so on for a great race. Of course, everybody on the sports soft tyres, remember. So plenty of sliding going to be going on. So we wait for the red lights. Predictions of the chap, please. Who's going to win this one? We've got 5 red lights. Does anybody jump the start? No, they don't. And away we go. It's not the great stuff from Johnny Boy. Well, he seems to have got good traction in the second phase. And now comes at Nobby Norris as he headed up towards turn 1 for the first time. Blue flag cuts across and takes the lead. Johnny Boy down the inside for fifth, takes Nobby Norris into turn 1. Good move. It's 3 wide between Derek, I came back, and Matman up the hill for the first time. Derek has pulled ahead. Matman's had a bit of a tardy start. And Blue flag's got a penalty at the exit of turn 1. So he looks to fight back into turn 2. Wow, Joker gets shoveled out wide, but Blue flag having a raggedy couple of corners and has lost the lead and got himself a half-second penalty then. So unsafe release has an opportunity here to break away. They head down the hill towards turn 3 for the first time. Joker and Odon all over the back of Blue flag, who's gone a little bit deep into turn 3, and Joker's up the inside and through. Oh, Blue flag's having a moment. He's in the gravel. He's on the grass, and Odon's through as well. It's been a scruffy first lap so far for Blue flag. And we've hyped up this battle between himself and unsafe release, and unsafe release has been gifted it almost immediately then. So Sai's got to do some hard work for the rest of this race. So coming up to the penalty line then, unsafe release then is your leader by 9/10 of a second. Joker in second, taking full advantage there. Odon also, great start for him up to third. Blue flag serves his penalty. How far down is he going to drop? Johnny Boy's going to get him. Is Nobby Norris as well, not quite behind them. You've got Monte Carlo and Face Potter go wheel to wheel. It's 3 wide behind them as well. Stu for Glyn and Zom. Glyn then up to 9th, just ahead of Stufer, who makes contact and spins. Stufer goes round. Glyn survives. However, he's now got Zom going a run on him on the inside. And through he goes, drops in behind him in the slipstream. Big shame there for Stufer. As Face Potter gets the move done. What was going on there behind? That was... Who was that? I came back, I think, having a big old lunge up the inside of Matman into turn 1. I think he's given that back there because it was a bit of a dive bomb. Everybody has survived. That chuck us down the back of the pack there, and Steve for recovering after that spin. Big shame there. And so unsafe release leads by 8/10 of a second. Joker, they're keeping him honest so far then. Blue flag is down to P5 behind Johnny Boy. He's 3.8 seconds off the lead, so he's got some hard work to do now to try and get back on terms. So he's going to be trying to break away. But at the moment, he's been kept honest as he head down the hill for the third time. Johnny Boy indeed unsafe, that leads by just under a second from Joker and Odon. There in your front 3, there's Johnny Boy. Blue flag now starting to reel him in a little bit then, all over the back of him. Oh, Blue flag's wide, dips the tyre in the gravel there, sliding around with these sports soft tyres. We saw how well he tamed them in week 1. Now another half-second penalty for Blue flag. That's 2 in 2 laps. He is the new Arsenal Joe. That will probably let Nobby Norris do, so Nobby Norris hanging on resolutely as well. In the 6th place then, a bit of a gap back. He's got Monte Carlo leading the charge. He's got Face Potter right behind him in the green Goblin car this week. Yeah, I think so. Oh, what's going on for second? Odon has passed Joker. Joker fights back up the inside of turn 1. Goes a little bit deep. Odon tries to do the cut back. Joker sets so sideways. Gathers it up, but what that has done is let unsafe release break away. That gap was under a second. It's now 2.2 and growing. It's Joker catching an almighty slide. Oh, Blue flag's got another penalty. It's now a second, so Blue flag is having a stinker with track limits. After that stunning qualifying effort, even he didn't know where it came from, but he's now giving the rest of the pack a big chance here. Robbie Norris has now got a little bit of pressure from behind then as Monte Carlo and Face Potter are starting to bridge that gap, and they've dropped the cars behind them, namely Zom, Glyn. Face Potter going for a move. Is he just showing in the mirror? I think he's just showing in the mirror. Monte Carlo has gone a little bit deep though, so it worked, but then Face Potter arrives wiggling its hits. And now they're going side by side. Now Face Potter can get that move done. Just got traction there. Through he goes. 7th place then. Monte Carlo. Oh, it's a Pagani in the chat. Yes, bad indeed. So serving his penalty then was was that closed in on Odon and Joker as well. So I think that's just Johnny Boy getting the magnets on, to be honest, because Joker's no further back from unsafe and Odon's no further back from Joker than he was really. Johnny Boy now entering the podium chat as blue flag. Blue flag's got another one. He served his penalty and managed to get one in the final 2 corners to finish the lap further back. Face Potter and Monte Carlo's still going at it. Monte Carlo gets the run and Face Potter's got a half-second penalty. Thinks about a move into turn 1, backside of it this time, but Monte Carlo goes a little bit wide but gets it turned. However, Face Potter's now got the momentum off the corner. Great battling between these two. However, Face Potter's penalty is going to see him drop behind Monte Carlo, and Zom and Glyn are right there as well. So this could be very costly for him. Side, racking up the penalties. It's 4 in 4 laps. He's so far on for 1 a lap. He needs to stop that, because that is letting, well, it's title rival. I mean, it's early in the season, obviously, but it's up front, and so far unfazed release up front. Mastering the start there. Blue flag running wide, comes off the penalty, and blue flag unsafe has just checked out up front. Joker, who's been battling with Odon then, was keeping him honest for the first sort of lap and a half, 2 laps. As him and Odon started to battle, that gap has just expanded rapidly. And we see how tricky these cars can be. So let's not count anything out yet. Blue flag serves his penalty. Alright, can he get through the final 2 corners without running another one? Oh, it's FTRL Alon as well. Hello, welcome. We've got to move back okay. Flag then, pushing the limits on the curbs. Oh, he's had a slide. He's had a big slide. Now, how's the track limits feeling this time? He's got away with that one then, but Nobby Norris has got a run on blue flag here. And Norris looks at the inside, but not close enough this time. However, blue flag's had a slide out turn 1. Nobby Norris has had a great run, and now they're side by side. Up the straight then towards turn 2. Nobby Norris on the right, blue flag on the left, defending the inside. Nobby Norris has to go the long way around, then brakes on the curb. Flag's going to hold him out wide, and that will be position held for him. Then in the background, we've got a great scrap going on, and now it's Monte Carlo with a penalty as Face Potter up the inside of him. Him and Zom are getting together again. These two have got beef already this season. Glyn's entered the chat now as well, beeping the horn. And here comes Derek as well, and Mattman's not far behind, and I came back there, and Stufer recovering as well in the background. Static Shocker, oh dear, what's happened to Static Shocker? He's had a bit of a stick as 217 somewhere. Just Face Potter going round the outside of Monte Carlo. That's a great move. Oh, held on as well, brilliant driving there from Face Potter. He's really come alive in the early part of this season as well. Monte Carlo going to serve his half-second penalty here. That's going to drop him back into the clutches of Zom, Glyn and Derek. He should just about hold on here. Glyn's on the tight line, Derek trying to sweep around the outside. Oh, Face Potter very wide there. That's going to be a penalty surely for Face Potter. Oh, he's now sideways at the final corner, it is, and Face Potter, so him and Monte Carlo are trading half-second penalties. As they're now side by side, and Glyn up the inside of Zom as well. He's going to get that move done before turn 1, good move. Face Potter and Monte Carlo are side by side through 1. Banging door panels. I mean, we've got a beep at the horn already. Zom's coming back at Glyn. He's had a good exit out of turn 1. Derek McMahon right there as well now. There's braking hard for turn 2. Oh, Face Potter has a bit of a slide. It's good traction. Coming back to the drama in the background there. Stupid recovering, but now got himself a half-second penalty as well. That's a static shocker, as meanwhile safe now, 4.4 seconds clear. Joker is now under all sorts of pressure from Odon. Johnny Boy is kind of get there as well to make this a 3-way then, so we've got 3 in the battle for the bottom 2 steps on the podium. Unsafe has checked out in the lead. Coming up to half race distance complete. Blue Flag has now disposed of Nobby Norris for the time being. He's now got 2.7 seconds to try and close to that trio ahead of him. At the moment, they aren't holding each other up too much, not battling too hard, although Odon is all over the back of Joker. Joker's had a bit of a slide there, I think, at the final corner. I think they both did, actually. And that was just let Johnny Boy get into slipstream range, as Johnny Boy is now entering the chat. There's always that chance, isn't there, Fever? There's always that chance. Never forget. That's the FTRL motto. Never forget somebody's misdemeanours. Especially when they're hilarious. Right, back to this absolute gaggle of cars back here battling. Face Potter's got himself another half-second penalty. Right, the battle is on now between Derek and Zom. Glyn's now all over the back of Monte Carlo. Face Potter trying to check out, but has got a half-second penalty to serve. And Matman right on the coattails as well. We've got 2 by 2. Glyn looking at Monte Carlo. Zom big attack with Derek on the go all the way around the Glyn. Oh, Derek! Oh, Derek McDonald! What a move! Derek McDonald sent it around the outside of Glyn and of Zom at turn 2 into 9th place. What a move! And Zom's now under. There's Matman attacking Glyn. That's a Glyn's going backwards on this lap. Matman down the inside. Oh, he has to stay tight there and can't get the move done. I came back there on the back of it as well in the Red Bull livery car. Absolutely, Mike. Right there, sending a move superbly around the outside. Great job there, right? Face Potter's going to serve his half-second penalty. He's going to drop him back towards Monte Carlo and towards Derek, who are leading the charge behind him. We're back and see what's happening up front then. Nobby Norris now in a bit of a lonely P6 as Blue Flag pulls away. But Blue Flag not so far really catching the guys ahead of him. Static shocker, they're going a lap down, but Johnny Boy is now right with Odon and Joker. So we've got 3 for second, and they're both wide into, well, they're all wide into turn 1. So for the 41.1, the fastest lap of the race so far by some margin. Joker's on a 42.1, Odon's on a 41.9, Johnny Boy's on a 41.7, Blue Flag's on a 41.5. Odon to the outside, Odon with a half-second penalty. He ran 2 wide at turn 1. Oh, but Joker's had a bit of a poor exit there. And they're now going to be side by side. And Johnny Boy's right in the slipstream as well. Blue Flag is now down to 1.8 seconds. That gap is now coming down. They're starting to battle. Odon trying to go around the outside of Joker at turn 3. Leaning on each other. Johnny has a slide as he tries to get the power down. Blue Flag gets closer still. Odon and Joker still side by side. That was pretty good, Mike, I give you that. Oh, Johnny Boy sliding into turn 4. Odon then gets second, but he's going to drop back behind at least 2 of them, maybe even all 3. He is so far, Fever. He's about to get up to 3rd, but Blue Flag has arrived very much on the scene on this lap then. He's got his head down finally. Odon serves his penalty. Through goes Joker. Can Johnny Boy get there as well? No, he can't. Odon holds on to 3rd. So Odon, they're doing the right thing, getting ahead of Joker, because it's meant he stayed in 3rd for now. Anyway, Johnny Boy, big slide, Blue Flag, big side as well behind him. There's up front, Unsafe Release just on his way merrily. So it's Joker, Odon, Johnny Boy. Oh, he's on a big slide, and Blue Flag is right now with them. Is he going to push? Still got 4 laps to go. what's going on back here then in this little gaggle as well. Face sort of spread out a little bit now, so Face Potter clear in 7th. Tom's back up to 8th. Oh, Tom's having a moment. Glyn's now 9th. That man's 10th. Where has Derek gone? Oh, and Monte Carlo. Derek and Monte Carlo have probably got, if they come to blows, a 48.4 from Derek, 49.5 from Monte Carlo. They're not together yet, Aaron. We'll keep an eye on it though. We'll keep an eye on it. We've had some horn blaring earlier from Zom because he wasn't happy because there was some leaning. Need to go back up here. Oh no, Johnny boy! Fever said he's not made any mistakes. Well, there's one, unfortunately. Well, such was the gap. He's managed to still retain 5th place for now, although Nobby Norris is right with him. Big shame for Johnny boy. Looking good for the podium battle then. He's there breaking himself. We're down to 3 then in the battle for the finals 2 steps on the podium, and Joke with a half-second penalty now. I could believe that. So Joker takes his penalty. Odon then on the attack around the outside into the penultimate corner. All the way around the outside goes Odon. Through he goes. Good move. That was so not right. And he has joined right in the back of Nobby Norris, and so still get a top 5 here, which would be a good result, but you definitely want a little bit more then. Joker has been shuffled backwards then from 2nd to 4th by the time they get to turn 1. This blue flag gets the move done and Joker gets very crossed up. Blue flag is all over the curbs on the exit. Joker now starting to gain again then, and Odon's trying to make a break in 2nd. Face Potter now put 2 seconds into Zom then, so the popcorn may have to go back in the box. And later on, at the moment, Face Potter has pulled away. This group is strung out now. It's Carr with a half-second penalty. Then as he gets a run on Derek up the hill, to the outside line he goes. It's hard on the brakes, and he's trying to go around the outside. Derek's going to just run him to the curb though. No way around there. Derek there doing a firm defence there, but Monte Carlo's had a good exit once again. He's trying to get to the outside line. He pinched Derek to the apex. He could try and run around the outside here down at turn 3. Late on the brakes. Derek's going to go deep. Monte Carlo switches back. Big slide though. Big slide. Oh, into the wall. Gap has come down. It was 2 seconds, it's now 1.5. So keep an eye on the Johnny Boy Nobby going at it as well. It's further forward than blue flag then has closed in on Odon, who's trying to make a break. Blue flag slides at the final corner but keeps the momentum up. Onto the penultimate lap we go. Unsafe lead is now 10.9 seconds and he has chucked out now massively. He can cruise around the final 2 laps and Odon having to go defensive into turn 1. Over the curve we go. Blue flag's got a good run there, I think he has. He's going to get up alongside. Blue flag to the inside, Odon on the outside, then blue flag noses ahead as they head up the hill. Dawn slipstream behind them for Joker now. So he tries to get back on terms then. Joker's car weaving around them. Headlights up from Odon, that's going to be suboptimal for his aero. Guys are separated by about half a second for the battle. Johnny Boy's not been able to get back on terms with Nobby Norris so far. Zom chipping away at Face Potter. It's an angry carrot you need to dangle in front of Zom. It's Face Potter. For sure, then Glyn in 9th, Matt Man in 10th. Then I came back and Stufer, who recovered from that early spin in the lap 1. Derek in 13th. Monte Carlo is 14th. Static Shocker is 15th. They had a bit of a runner with the wall somewhere. Look at that front of that car. Moving their way through the SS4, the penultimate time, the blue flag trying to pull away from Odon, but Odon's still very much there. Norris has got Johnny Boy just pegged at 1.3 seconds at the moment. Just further back, the gap continues to fall. 1.1 seconds down to a second. Zom is closing. He's only got 1 and a bit more laps though to get it done. As Matt Man trying to attack Glyn as well. And then I came back and Stufer. Derek with a half-second penalty further back. corner we go. See if we do anything about I came back then. Quiet man so far in FTRL. I came back. Webster, is it? His thingy name is. Stufer gets round the outside then. Good drive. Didn't even see that move to the camera angle. Didn't even see that one happening there. But Stufer drives round the outside of I came back into turn 1. Stufer sliding. It's Monster versus Red Bull. Oh, he's on the grass. Oh, and he's spun again. No. It's all gone on for Stufer. Haven't got just a great move done. Throws it away immediately. Oh, face Potter with a half-second penalty on the final lap. So, are we going to get a final couple of corner drag race between these two? Further ahead, Johnny Boy trying to catch Nobby Norris, Joker. Trying to hunt down Odon. Trying to hunt down Blue Flag, but Blue Flag is keeping him at arm's length. Got his head down. Up front though, untroubled. His unsafe release. He has been superb. From the word go, he got the lead on the run up towards turn 2. And has not been headed or looked back since. And out of the final corner, flash of the lights. Dominant victory for unsafe release then. Out of the final couple of corners, Blue Flag and Odon. It's as you were. Nobby Norris has not been caught then. Let's have a look at this battle. This is the one we want to watch, the popcorn. Here comes Zom. Baseball gets to the apex, just hangs Zom out to the outside. Then can Zom go for a Zom bomb down the final corner? Or can he set up a run to the line? But Face Potter's got it sorted out, and he's going to hang on. Then gets 9th. Matman gets P10. I came back. He's going to come back for P11. Some solid points there for him. Derek's going to come in for P12. Monte Carlo P13. Massively unlucky Stufer. And he had that spin there at the start of the final lap. And a bit further back then, Static Shocker coming around. Just got a personal best last time around. On board then. You can see how understeery these tyres are. There's zero grip. Oh dear me, the tyres catch him out there at the final corner. And across the line. Your move on Jacob was on the stream. I believe it was, Owen, yes. Move. We'll see. Anyway, the results then. Blue Flag ends up P2, unsafe though. Championship leader maintains his grip at the top of the standings then with another victory, then his second in a row. 11.3 seconds the winning margin. The other number one might have been had Blue Flag not had those dramas early on there, picking up penalties left, right and centre for the first 4 laps. Dropped him into the pack where he had to fight back through them, but he recovered very well for second place. At Odon, solid drive from him up to P3. Then Joker ends up P4. Nobby Norris, solid P5 then, backing up his great result last week. Johnny Boy should have been in that the podium battle there really, but that one mistake there at the bottom of the hill. And he ended up down in P6 there, not befitting his pace in that one there. You can see there he had faster laps than Nobby Norris, Joker and Odon ahead of him. There's a Johnny Boy. It was the 3rd fastest guy on track, but does not get the result of that speed warranted. Pace Potter 7th there, prevailing just in that battle with Zom for 8th, and Glyn ends up P9, Matman P10. I came back P11, Derek was P12, and running after pulling that brilliant move off at turn 2 earlier in the race then. Monte Carlo 13th, Stufer a little bit unlucky there, 2 spins for him, and Static Shocker ending up P15. Right then, that is the sprint race done. Right then, there we go. We have submitted the weather settings for the main race. GT2 and GT3, I can only apologise. What on earth? And so, wait then for the lobby to be set up. So I'm just doing his business now. Well, I'm setting it up, Mike, so it's fine. Right then, while we are waiting, I will go back over the standings. We touched on them just before qualifying then. Yeah, so in GT2, unsafe lead, was leading by 3 points over blue flag with Joker tucked in behind him. Glenn fourth, Derek, Odon, Mattman, and Face Potter. And so Odon probably would have jumped up a little bit there. Good result there for him. And that would have closed his gap up to Derek. Meanwhile, Face Potter making a little bit of progress as well. Meanwhile, in GT3 at the moment. Coming into this week then. What was that? What was the message? 9. Is it? You shores on. Do apologise, everybody. That's on me. Game giving me different settings apparently than what Tom's getting. There we go. Right. Right then. So bottling quite hard there, unfortunately. Which means we were denied a good scrap for the win as we were in week 1 in the Masters, but we will see them back again in a couple of weeks' time. GT3, that was what I was doing. I've been distracted. Right then, GT3 standings then. After last week, then Monte Carlo leading GT3 on 45 points, despite not having a win to his name. The lobby is, oh, there it is down the bottom. Well, let's ignore that. We didn't see anything. Nobody saw a thing. Nobody's in the lobby yet, so we can't watch the thing. So Monte Carlo leading GT3 at the moment then on 45 points. Nobby Norris second after his stunning drive last week then on 40, despite missing week 1. So without missing week 1, they might have been top of the standings, but there it is. Stufer is third on 39. Also not having won a race at Zom is fourth, despite 2 victories in the first week. GT3 then on 36 points. Then we've got Beach in 5th on 28. I came back in 6th on 15 with Static Shocker in 7th on 7. Oh no, yeah, it went to go away. There's stunning from the side of the screen there, I just realised. Why would it say that? It's very annoying. Right then, cars out on track. Getting a bit of running in. For the race, then that man needs to get off the intermediate tyres because it's not going to be wet at the start of this race. Everybody's in their cars yet either. We're missing at least 2 people. Get in your motors, gentlemen. That man's changed his tyres, good point. So yeah, that is how standing last week. Going into this week. Of course, we can get rain at a lot of circuits. Well, a few circuits. What else have we got on the calendar this season? So we've got Spa, where it can rain later in the season. But the weather's always set to random, so it might rain, it might not rain. There's no guarantee at Spa, but some terrific banter in the chat there, digging out the move like a fan. We'll see it. This has not been able to support it other day. If you are watching, please do like the stream. Helps us out immensely. Helps us grow our viewership. I feel like 37 last week. 37, 38, maybe 39 at one point. I can't remember. A lot of people watching last week, which was great to see. Just proves that we are providing great racing action for people. So please do like the stream. Helps us grow. 22 of you now. If people have liked it, like that stream, please. Please and thank you. So the boys getting a little bit of practice in the Ferraris then before the race kicks off. The future then. Week 1 blue flag was victorious at Abu Dhabi with a right tyre call last week. Unsafe Felice was the man who got the tyre strategy correct. Is it going to be one of those guys? Once again this week, they've only got a new livery on this week then. So Nomi Norris has passed the livery there. You want rain? Well, we're getting rain fever, don't you worry. There is going to be some rain. Plenty of it as well. Beautiful. I mean, to be fair, Stanley Shocker has put a lot of effort into his livery, and I'm a big fan of that. Really good job there. That's also his Monte Carlos there. He's obviously got a bit of a brand thing going on here, the colour scheme. Exactly the same on the Mazda, but good job, big fan of that. Oh, Stanley Shocker is getting his view from the front. Stooth is also a big fan of that split livery. Going back, got himself a penalty. Right, race is going in 2 minutes' time. So we've got 2 minutes to race start. Looking back in his Red Bull livery. Sporting number 3. Of course, of Mr. Manchester. Joker, you know Joker's always going to put a good livery on his car. So a big fan of that. So Felice making his way out of the pits now. He's gone for an Alitalia livery this week. Really nice. His way out of the pits. Right, I'm not expecting to see any hard tyres this week because it's not going to be dry for long enough to warrant them. So, of course, remember it's going to be a reverse grid. This one, so Static Shocker will be on pole, and also Felice will be all the way at the back. Not only he has to carve his way through the field, he's also got to watch out for the weather coming in. And of course, with the weather, it's all about the important thing in the wet weather is being on the right tyres at the right time. As the rain starts to fall in this game now, obviously, now if you look at the bottom left corner there, by the timer, we've got a little bar next to where the tyres are on the display. That is the wet weather gauge. And that will tell you what tyres you need to be on. So you see it's split into 3 sections. The bottom section there is dry. As you can see, there's nothing in that bar at the moment. That means it is dry. Up to that first line, the slick tyres will be okay. However, as it gets towards the top of that line, you will start to be a little bit blurry thereafter, and want to be thinking about the intermediates. And once it hits that first line and goes into that second block there, you want to be on the intermediate tyres, 100%. Everything in that middle block the intermediate tyre can handle up to that second line. Once it gets to that second line, the bar, which will be white, will then turn blue. Once it's in the blue, it means we're in monsoon conditions and you definitely want to be on the wet tyres. The intermediate tyres can hang on in that section if it gets that wet, but it can be quite difficult to hang on. So the wet tyres definitely want to be the ones to be on there. Now, of course, once the weather starts to change and if the track will start drying up again, then it's a different matter entirely. But here we go then. Right, and the grid is set. Static Shock on pole. Stufa is second. Monte Carlo is third. Then it's Derek and I came back. Matman and Glyn Zom and Face Potter. Johnny Boy, Nobby Norris, Joker Odon, Blue Flag and Unsafe Release. Winner of the first race. Making their way then out of the final corner. Rolling up towards the line. 15 cars, 26 laps. GT2 and GT3 is go at the Red Bull Ring. Cars then streaming up towards turn 1. Static Shocker will lead us into turn 1 for the first time. Behind that curve on the inside, everybody. Does everybody get through okay? Yes, they do. Odon's a little bit wide. And that's going to be a Blue Flag run, and so trying to make a room. Then going to bump him through. Go back then. Oh, Static Shock is late on the brakes, way too late on the brakes, and he's gone very deep into the corner. And Monte Carlo is going to steal the lead away as he Static Shock rejoins. And he's just about hang on, so he went. He carried that much speed and went that deep. He managed to hang on to the lead. Superb effort. However, Monte Carlo's got the inside for turn 3. Oh, and down the middle comes Derek. Oh, that was brave, and no, Static Shock has been leaving out wide, has he? Oh, that was unnecessary bullying there from Derek. He was up the inside of Static Shocker, and now he's led on him as led to Monte Carlo as well. Derek elbows on these first couple of corners. Oh, Static Shocker has gone from first to last in no time at all, through no fault of his own. So Monte Carlo leads then from Derek from Stufa. I came back in third, Matman fifth, then Face Potter, Glyn, Zom, Joker up to 9th already. Had a Blue Flag, is now up to 10th. Johnny Boy down to 11th, then with Norris 12th, Odon 13th, Unsafe is still in 14th. Looking to make a move into the final corner with Odon though, leaning on him. There he goes, up to 13th place now. Now against Odon, it's up ahead, Nobby Norris and Johnny Boy going at it again. Who was that with a half-second penalty I just saw? Oh, it's Odon. He might feel a bit unjust though, because he did get pushed wide by Unsafe. Oh, Blue Flag's got one as well. Blue Flag has really taken up that mantle, hasn't he? Up front then, Stufa leads. As I came back looking at the inside of Monte Carlo, Derek down round the outside again. He's got Derek's got launch off the corner. Wow, again, because you saw a great move there in the Mazda race, and he's just rounded up 2 of them out of the outside of turn 2. Oh, Johnny Boy's off in the background. Oh, wow, Monte Carlo, big send. I don't think he meant that. Let's see, is he going to redress that? Or did he mean it? It looked like a bit of a late move. He's hanging on to it then, so yeah, maybe he didn't mean it. Always wide there though, very wide. That might be a penalty. Derek looks up back up the inside. Did Monte Carlo go wide enough to get a penalty there? He did. Oh, a second penalty as well. He won't see it on this lap, but he's managed to get rounded up on the inside by I came back. Derek gets boxed on the outside, and I came back up the inside into the penultimate corner. Through he goes. The Red Bull car at the Red Bull ring. But then runs wide, and now Monte Carlo goes back up the inside. Through he goes. Derek now fighting through as well. But now I came back, switches to the inside. Joker and Matman going at it behind them. They've got on the inside. Matman squeezing up towards the pit wall. Schumacher and Barrichello-esque. And moves out around the last person. Matman there, I think, has pinched him nicely. Then goes very deep, very wide. Oh, I came back. Oh, spun. Oh, who's that go around? That might be Monte Carlo. It was. Oh, Face Potter's had a drama as well. And all this battling behind is letting Stufa run away. Then there's everybody behind him tripping over each other. Derek in second, then has got I came back up the inside of him. Derek's very wide there. Wants the contact. Oh, who's that side? This is Joker, I think. Getting a wiggle on. Glyn's going to fight back on safe. He's now picked his way through to 6th. So steady progress on the first lap. Now he's flying through. Blue Flag's right there as well, though. Joker down the inside of Glyn. Unsafe. Trying to follow him through the 2x2 into turn 3. Oh, Derek has a twinge there, and it's all stacking up behind. Then Glyn gets caught up there. Blue Flag gets held up as well. Matman gets him. And here comes Nobby Norris as well. And on the back of it, Odon with a half-second penalty. Oh, contact and it spins, Derek. And I came back around. Unsafe gets bottled behind them. Stouffer is running away at the front meanwhile. Joker now up to second, then Mattman into third, then Glyn fourth. Blue flag now fifth. Mick that fourth because he's got the inside of Glyn. And now Nobby Norris is trying to follow him through as well. And Unsafe's going to split the mystery wide again. But Unsafe's got the momentum, and Nobby Norris gets... Drop in behind then as Unsafe gets Glyn as well into turn one. Third on Zom, who's come from nowhere, face Potter in 10th. There's Monte Carlo after his spin. He span here last time around on his own. We think there maybe is a contact them further, but then Derek, who just so unlucky, him and I came back, they're just getting caught up with each other. Static Shocker. A bit of a stink of a lap here, 59.2. He's had off somewhere. As noticeably the sun has got in. The clouds are starting to form. What does that mean? I wonder. Well, let's look who's on what tyre then in terms of how far they can go into this. So Stouffer should be fine because he's on the medium tyres. So he's under no threat, he can go well deep into this race and see what the weather does. Joker behind him is on the softs. You can see they're starting to wear. Now the Red Bull Ring isn't the worst track for tyre wear because there are not many heavy load corners here. It's all very stop-start. Whereas last time at Maggiore, the soft tyres were doing about 5 or 6 laps and then dying because they were just constantly through heavy load corners. With the Red Bull Ring, it's much kinder to tyres, so you can see he's going to complete lap 4 already and barely registering anything on the tyres as he sets the fastest lap of the race. Blue flag up to third there, Mattman is fourth, but he's got Unsafely tucked up right behind him, looking for a move into turn one. Mattman going to give him the squeeze, but Unsafe is down the inside. And through he goes. Mattman going to try and switch back out of turn one up the hill towards turn two. Can he get that move back? Glyn is 6th, Odon is 7th, Nobby Norris in 8th, then you've got 9th place for Zom, 10th face Potter. Here we go, that's the battle. They are together. Here we go. Zom defends the inside, face Potter going to go the long way around. They lent each other on race 1. So I'm just going to show him to the curb. Holds the place then, and Monte Carlo getting back on terms with those guys. Derek trying to close up in the background as well. Johnny Boy's up to 13th. I came back, he's in the pits. He's in the pits. What is he in the pits for? He's on for the intermediates. That is the rain lights on. Oh, Static Shock goes around at the end of the pit lane. Static I came back as gambled on the intermediate tyre. And on the windscreen you can see the first drops of rain starting to fall. However, that feels like an early gamble because it is not raining heavily yet. The wind wiper is not going. Oh, what's happened to Stouffer? Oh, Stouffer's on off. So the race leader has thrown it away. He was comfortably in the lead, but Joker now leads. So it's Joker, blue flag and Unsafe, first, second and third in the championship. In reverse order, so it's third, second and first in the championship. Are now 1, 2 and 3 in the race. It's a big change now. Steve were doing a really good job up to that point. So then, oh, Mattman! Into the wall. And he gets reset for his troubles as well. There's a good 4-car scrap going on here. Stouffer, Glyn, Odon and Nobby Norris. In the braking zone, then up to turn 2, Nobby's down the inside of Odon. Odon gives him a little bit of room. Simon, oh, face Potter catches the curb. And no rain yet. Falling, not heavily enough. On board. It's not raining yet. That's a big gamble from I came back, and I think he's gone way too early. Way too early. Those tyres are going to be cooking. He's going to be losing time as well, so any advantage he would have had being on the right tyre at the right time is going to be negated. Let's look at his tyre wear already. Yeah, it's too early. See the threat of rain. Maybe he saw some spots and thought, gamble. The weather has decided to rescind. You can see now running deep and wide. This Joker then putting a lap on Static Shocker. We saw having a spin as I came back, coming out of the pits, and so Joker leads. Blue flag is second, and Unsafe Release is third, and they are separated by 3.1 seconds. Looks like the fastest lap of the race, 31.2. 31.5 for Joker and the 31.6 for Unsafe at the minute, so those three are fairly close together. Look at this battle over fourth. Stufer, Glynn, Odon and Nobby Norris absolutely in a four-car Ferrari centipede. Head up the hill. It gets darker and darker. Still nothing happening on the window, no rain falling. The threat is in the air. When's it going to come? Odon on the attack of Glynn. Further back, it looks like Face Boss has gone ahead of Zom in their battle. Glynn versus Odon. Let him cook. Let him cook. Oh, who's that wide now? Static Shocker getting out of the way. I thought somebody had gone off there. But, Static Shocker getting out of the way as the leaders come through. Just assured there is something coming. I was told we'd have to have it dry for the first two sections of the one thing, so I wanted to start in the rain, but you know, boo. Face Potter and then Zom have now joined this train. Derek's trying to catch up as well. Monte Carlo in 11th, Batman recovering in 12th after his spin. Johnny Boy had an early driver as well, so not too far away. Came back is still pounding around but struggling on into tyres on dry track. And Static Shocker then. It's darker still but no rain falling yet. When's it going to arrive? And meanwhile his soft tyres are dying, but Blue Flag's in a similar place and Unsafe not much better off further back. Yeah, it was very good traffic etiquette, I'll give him that. So Stufer there gets rounded up by Odon down the inside. Oh, who was that having a twitch? That was Nobby Norris lining the rears up then. Face Potter making good progress now. He's up to 6th. And he's on those medium tyres as well. And who else is on medium tyres? So we've not really looked at the tyres. So front three are on softs. Odon's on medium tyres. There's Stufer, Face Potter, Glynn, Zom. Nobby's on softs. Derek's on softs. Monte Carlo's on soft. Mattman's on softs. Medium tyres for Johnny Boy. I came back when he was on the intermediates. And it's the soft tyres for Static Shocker. The guys on the softs at the front, yeah, as Fever pointed out before, they really need the rain to come soon because they're going to need tyres in the not too distant future. But the lights are now on. Where is the rain? Where is it? Otherwise, they're not under any threat. It's the tyres that are going to be the limiting factor for the drivers at the front. They're making really good progress in 4th, and Face Potter looking for a move into turn 1. He's down the inside. He's got a good run at the start finish straight then. Stufer's going to try and hang on around the outside. They're going to go side by side through 1. Good respectful driving. Face Potter though looks like he's got that move done. He has indeed, the Spider-Man car then up to P5. On the outside, where is he? There he is. Stufer then trying to fight back around the outside but can't get the move done. Watch this window for any sign of rain falling. Well, nearly we're a third of the way into this race and so far nothing has fallen. Oh, Face Potter's gone deep. Was there contact there? There may have been a bit of contact there. Nice little car, train following on there. We've got Face Potter, Stufer, then Glynn, Zom, Nobby Norris, and Derek with a half-second penalty behind them. Everybody will be watching their radars, I'm sure. Trying to make a move then on Glynn. Glynn trying to make a move on Stufer. Stufer trying to make a move back on Face Potter. Odon trying to run away, just up ahead of them then. But Odon lapping just at his personal best as well, 31.9. Which is comparable with the guys at the front whose tyres continue to look second hand. The gap between the front three is coming down then. Unsafe release. A good chunk fast on the last lap. 8 tenths quicker than the race leader. 9 tenths quicker than Blue Flag then. So Unsafe release is closing in. But have they made a mistake with their tyre choice then? Because the rain still is not coming. flag right on the back of Joker. Not been able to make a move so far. Where is the rain? Where is it? These two at the front made an error. Going on the soft tyres. Tyre wear wise, Joker's a little bit better than Blue Flag, as is unsafe release. So Blue Flag's in the worst position with his front left. And that's the tyre wearing the most. It's marginal. Fuel wise, Joker's the worst of the front three as well. Innie Mike, Innie. Odon, a minute. Odon lapping quicker than the front two as well, so Odon is actually catching the leaders. Oh, he is 7 seconds back though, so it could all come down to timing. When does the rain start to fall, and where are the cars on track when it starts to fall, and then how heavy is it going to be falling? As in, can they do you pit early and be on a wet tyre on a wettening track when it's still a bit dry, or do you risk that extra lap on the slick tyre, try and take advantage as the guys pit early and can't quite get those inters or wets into the operating window? Odon goes 31.7. So let's face Potter, the 31.7. He is the quickest man on track this time around. The Blue Flag has taken the lead, or he's out to take it anyway. He's side by side with Joker up towards turn 2. Joker trying to hang on around the outside. Blue Flag runs him deep. So he goes, and that's going to bring unsafe ever closer now. Three cars covered by just over a second. Still no rain. Yes, well, it's marginal. It's marginal though. It's not that far behind. As well. Here's the train and Stuford, Glyn, Zob, Nobby, Derek. And Stern then, and I came back. His tyres are as cooked as everybody else's. It was a gamble. Maybe worth it, but too early. Just because you've got blue on your radar doesn't mean it's going to rain. As you can see, he's been on these intermediates since lap, was it 3? I can assure you there's rain in there. Some heavy rain in there as well. But what the hell the servers are doing in terms of delivering said rain. I thought I should have been here by now. What did I send him? Anyway. What did I send him? I would have thought it would have been raining by now. We're about half race distance. Then there should be some heavy rain coming in the not too distant future, if it's depending on the multiplier. It's a gamble. Now the guys are almost at half race distance here. See, I'm blaming Zom on this because I thought we were given free choice. I know we mentioned about starting the races in the dry, but I thought we were like, oh no, we'll not do that. So when I originally put it in, I put it into the start raining at the start. Joker coming in a little bit hotter than the brakes. I mean, the lights are on. The lights are getting brighter. Oh, Blue Flag. The leaders are going to have to pit imminently. The tyres, more than anything, they have got nothing left. And that front left. Rear left isn't much better, so the leaders are going to have to stop here, and they're going to have to go onto more slick tyres. Whereas Odon face Potter, and the guys behind on the mediums could have played a blinder here if they can make their fuel last a bit longer. Going around again. At the moment, you can see the lights now. The lights are... the air seems thick. No rain is falling. Where is the rain? I mean, it must be in the radar because look at the cloud. Look at the cloud. Oh, wipers on. Wipers on. Wipers on. There's rain falling. You can see on the dash. Yeah, you can see on the window. There's rain starting to fall. Here it comes. Window wipers are on. Rain lamps are flashing. Yep, everybody's wipers are going. The rain is starting to spit. Right, here it comes, finally. taking its sweet time. The leaders are going to have to pit here now. What do these three do? The tyres are nearly cooked. Glyn's in for wets. Glyn, that's ambitious. The guys behind him, here it goes. Right, it's on the board now, look, on the bottom left corner. You can see, yeah, could have done with this happening. So we could have done with the soft tyres dropping off earlier, really, that's what we needed. So I'm on the intermediates then, Glyn's on the wets. That man's persisted around then, Stuper's carried on. Odon's struggling on fuel. Blue flag's in. Oh, Joker and blue flag racing at the pit lane. The blue flag almost went wide. No, Mikey, it's all about the rain. Rain, rain, and as much rain as we can possibly get. That's what it's all about. Don't lie. Don't be pragmatic. We want to see utter wet carnage. That's what we want. So, the leaders have had to pit. Now the track is still dry enough for slicks. That man's coming in, though. I think he's worried about his left rear tyre. We're fueling up, and yeah, I think you might be right. Fever unsafe might jump Joker here. Hey, don't blame me. It should have been raining well before now. There we go. Unsafe release is getting out in the lead. Blue flag and Joker have gone to wets. Unsafe is on the intermediates then. Ooh, ball call. We've got differing strategies playing out then. Oh, a half second. Blue flag did get a half-second penalty. Odon's on intermediates. It's a wets for Stufer. Glyn's already on the wet tyre. Zom's come round as well. Zom's on the intermediates. So we're about to get to the bar. If you look at the bottom left corner of the screen, that is about to hit the bar where the intermediate there. We are now there. Now it's wet. Track is now wet. So the intermediates will be okay. The wet tyres, I might be cooking them a little bit. Just a little bit wide, and Glyn's going to get the traction here. You can see the rain falling now. Well, we don't know what's coming on the radar. You can hear the rain starting to pick up. Keep an eye on that bar there as Stufer goes a little bit deep at turn 2, 3. Oh, he's in the gravel. Oh, shame for him there. Through goes Glyn. Derek's on the intermediate tyres. Norman Norris is on the wets. How heavy is the rain? What colours are on the radar? See the spray now starting to really kick up here at turn 3 where Johnny Boy is. Face Potter as well. Face Potter. What's happened to Face Potter? He was right behind Odon, and Odon's in 4th. Face Potter's been off somewhere, hasn't he? He must have been. Yeah, 2:17.4. Face Potter's had a spin on his outlap. I think Shocker needs to get in the pits, mate. You need to get on some wet weather tyres. Oh my god. But Unsafe has played his strategy perfectly. In terms of when, well, he played his fuel game perfectly there. He used that to jump into the lead of the race, then from 3rd, he jumped them in the pits. They can't get a wobble on down the straight. You can see though, look how quickly now that rain bar is shooting up through that middle box. Still in the intermediate weather, but now getting to the point the wet tyres will be okay in these conditions. They'll be more than okay. Owen's on the intermediates. And that bar, look at how... Oh, Joker's lit the rears up there. It's tricky through that kind of corner there because that's one of the few corners on the circuit where you're picking up the throttle while you've still got traction. You've still got what's the word I'm looking for? Angle in your steering angle, and so you're putting steering input in because the corner's still opening up. Now blue flag now, shaking its hips as well. The track gets wetter and wetter, and the intermediate tyres are now right at the top of there. How much water they can take. Unsafe puts a lap on Static Shocker, and I came back, who's now on the right tyres, but it's about half an hour. Oh, Static Shocker's stepping to the pits. Oh, we're into the top bar. It's going into heavy wets, and Unsafe now is going to be in trouble, potentially. Those intermediates are going to be struggling to move this amount of water. You can see the car squirming around on the brakes. Can he get it stopped? He can. Oh, big slide there though. And now the gamble for the cars behind. Is that going to pay off? Those are on wets now. Blue flag has taken 6/10 out of him out of turn 1 with that moment. Now the weather's here. Now we're playing all. Unsafe, look at the car squirming around. Blue flag as well on the brakes there. Unsafe is struggling to get the car turned, and blue flag is right there, but he can't get the power down. See, they've all got traction control on. Now blue flag's driving without traction control. That is ballsy in these conditions. Even on the wet tyre, the full wet tyre. You've got to be so careful, especially out of this corner here where you've got some steering input in, getting the car straightened up. You can see the back of the car wiggling around. Joker's right there as well. Odon has been closing in, but now maybe his tyres are just outside of their primary operating conditions. So I'm going really well in 5th. He's the lead GT3 driver. He's on the wet tyre, then super right with him, also on the wets. Like that's Derek. Robin Norris in 9th, Mattman in 10th again. Face Potter then, what a shame for him, having been running in 5th before the stop started. Scarlett a little bit further back. And Journey Boy. As I came back then, now on the full wet tyre, and then the leaders behind him. Around, and now, Unsafe Release, having been on the right tyre, is now on the wrong tyre. Because the two behind him are all over him, and we're back to 1.3 seconds covering your top 3. So lap 17 we go. Blue flag thinks about it over to turn 1 then. Let's go on board. Look at how treacherous these conditions are. Here the rear tyres there, early upshift there from blue flag, trying to get the traction down. Even on the full wet tyre. Pops out the slipstream there to give himself some visibility. It's probably a lot worse than it looks from our current camera angle. The one safe's going deep. Oh, blue flag almost to the back of him, but survives. Unsafe now is struggling in the braking zones. See, I knew what I was doing the whole time. Got a mix of people on softs and mediums. Now we've got a mix of people on inters and wets. Lovely, lovely stuff. All right then. Round turn 3 we go. Flag trying to get the power down. You can hear the tyres squealing, but the rain is easing ever so slightly. You see where the bar is dropping down ever so slightly now, so it's coming back now to Unsafe Release a little bit. But there's still plenty of puddles. Unsafe now starting to make a little bit of headway again, pulling a gap. It's 1.3 seconds still covers your front 3. Top 3 of the championship in the order that they came into this weekend. This week's race isn't the weekend, it's still Thursday. Of course it was the weekend. It's nearly the weekend. And came back then getting out of the way of Unsafe Release, or is he? Is he? No, he hasn't. He's still in the way there. Oh, the one that came back needs to get out of the way there. Blue flag should be waving. Unsafe Release getting through. The track, you see how quickly the track is drying there. Look here, look, they're right down already. Okay, back needs to get out of the way here. He's now holding up the leaders. Blue flag now can't find a way by either. Needs to get out of the way, lights are flashing. Just lift off here, hopefully. Let the leaders go. No, he's still battling away. Looks like it's moved up, but now Joker's going to get held up there as holds the inside. I think he's going to let him go here. He does right there. He's out of the way finally. That's cost Joker about half a second to Unsafe. Conditions starting to ease up currently. You can see the lighter racing line. Look in the background. Looks like it might going off, I think. What about Odon? Odon's closed in a little bit as well. Oh, we've got Joker and blue flag going at it. Side by side, blue flag's on the defensive line. Oh, blue flag's in the pits. Blue flag's peeled off. Blue flag's pitting again. What is blue flag doing here? Blue flag's gambling. Because the pit now, he needs to be careful on the pit exit, because the pit exit is going to be wet still now. What is he going on to tyre-wise? The track is right now on the cusp of inters and slicks. Stoofer's in as well. What are they doing with their tyres? Are they going back to slicks? I don't know until we get to the end of the pit. There's soft tyres for Blue Flag. Blue Flag's gambled. But he needs to be careful on pit exit because it's going to be soaking wet. Do not light your ears up. So you're back on the racing line. You can see how wet it is. So he moves over now. He's still right on the cusp of inters. Look, this is going to be a challenging lap. I mean, Blue Flag's gambled, and fair play. If it works out, it's a stroke of genius. If it doesn't, he looks silly. And he's gone a lap early. Safe is out over the girdle. Good evening, Mr. Vitchell. The Gates. How are we? So Blue Flag has gambled. Safe is sticking it out. You can see it's right on that line. Right on that line in terms of... There's no rain falling and Unsafe's peeling off as well. Oh, Odon's had a joker. Interestingly, and I think it was before the pit lane as well, then so income Unsafe, income joker. Now does Odon gamble and try and stick this out? Because the track's still got wet. Like you see there, he's moving over to the water. Can Odon hang this out and make this last? What's the weather doing? You see, it's still cloudy. There's water offline. And so for this is on the softs. What's the gap going to be? That's going to be critical to know. See how pedestrian the cars are coming out of the pit lane. Oh, Unsafe. Lights up the rears as he tries to find his way back to the racing line. Where's Blue Flag? He's out in the final corner. He's a back-header joker, so it's worked out okay for Blue Flag. He's no worse off, but he is no closer. In fact, he's dropped a couple of seconds there to Unsafe, but he's got a couple of cars in between him. Derek and Glyn are both still on wet tyres. Glyn's on full wets, Derek's on intermediates. And you can see Derek and Glyn are going for the water. Unsafe and Blue Flag are going to hold that racing line because they don't want to be straight. They can't stray off the racing line, and that's going to make it a problem for Blue Flag to try and get this moves done because he can't overtake anywhere that's not dry because he will just spin out. And if the guys ahead of him are sticking to the racing line, he's going to struggle to find a way through here. And you can see why. There we go, big slide. He caught the edge of a puddle. You can see the racing line is just about okay, but anywhere offline for these cars on slicks is treacherous. So he has to be super precise. You can see he's quicker. Oh, he's given Glyn a hip check. And that's letting Joe close in. You can see Blue Flag's got so much more speed, but at the moment he can't deploy it because he can't go offline to make an overtake. He needs Glyn. Oh, Jokers. Oh, Joker. Where did Joker go? I think Joker spun off. Oh, he did. Yeah, Joker got caught out there. Now he's out on the wet track and it's around. Oh no, it's all going for Joker then. So the gap we need to look at is Unsafe release to Odon. It's still wet. Unsafe release, this is his first flying lap. Odon's lead over Unsafe is 17 seconds. We've got 5 laps to go. 6 laps to go. 5.5 laps to go. So for this, it's got Zom in the middle as well. Zom's also on the intermediate tyres. You can see, look at him. He's going for the wet parts of the track. He needs to look after those tyres. The track is right, still even the racing line is right on the cusp of being slick stroke inters. So the inters should be okay if you can keep them wet on the straights. I wouldn't go there, Owen, because you're compromising your entry to the next corner. But on the longer straights, definitely go offline. Not out there. Don't go out there too much. Yeah, here. Yeah, that's right. Get to the inside. Use that water. Keep those tyres in good check then. Unsafe release then. What does he need to do? It's 15 seconds and we've got 5 laps. He needs 3 seconds a lap on Odon to catch him. Of course, he also needs the weather not to come back in. Now, what did I send? Okay. So let's see. Let's see what's coming. So finished at 33.2 against 35.8. So at the minute, Unsafe's doing exactly what he needs. He will catch Owen on the last lap of the race. So that is where we're now at. Owen versus Unsafe. And it could come down to the final lap of the race. It could go down to the final corner as it stands. Let's see how this track develops. So the fastest lap was a 31. So Unsafe's still about 2 seconds off the ultimate pace. And Zom, you can see Zom is so struggling to get out of the corner. So we've got one stoppers versus two stoppers. We've got inters versus slicks on a drying track. He will. So Zom's going to have to go offline occasionally to sort of get some water on his tyres. Now, the good news for Zom is the gap to blue flag is 8 seconds there, and Static Shocker running wide. Derek's appeared in 5th, but he's now run wide as well. Mattman's in 6th place, so another one who's gambled. Derek's gambling on the intermediates, as is Mattman. Face Potter also. And Stufer is the next one on the slick tyres. He's ahead of Joker. He's got a half-second penalty. Joker down in P9. After that off, we saw him struggling. I think Stufer's run wide. He has. So that's a free place there for Joker. He's going to chase down Face Potter. Got Glyn in 10th. He's now back on... He's on intermediate, so he went from the wets to the inters. Interestingly, Robbie Norris is now on the soft tyre. Monte Carlo's on the intermediates still. Johnny Boy's still on the intermediates. I came back still on the full wets. Unfortunately on the wrong tyres at the wrong time again. And Static Shocker is on slicks but in the gravel at the moment then. It's going. Sector 3 then. So Odon leads, it's 10 seconds. 36.8 against the 33. So again he lost 3 seconds. At the moment Unsafe is taking more time out of him. And he will, but he's still on target to catch him on the final lap. Odin just needs to keep going as he is. 35s, 36s. At the moment, he'll be okay because the track, the dry line is still damp. And he can't go wide either, so Unsafe can't afford a mistake. If he makes a mistake, he's going to be offline, he's going to be struggling. See, blue flag is still 8 seconds behind Zom. So Zom at the minute is on for a podium here, an overall podium. And it's raining again. The rain's coming again. Oh, the rain's falling again. Is that what Owen needed? Unsafe's wide. Unsafe's wide. Unsafe is sliding all over. Unsafe's on the wrong tyres. Zom's going to get him back. Ye of little faith. Ye of little faith. Odon is in such a strong position here. You don't need to weave now, mate. You're not won the race yet. You've got 2 more laps. 3 more laps. Unsafe's going to have to pit again. Unsafe is in. Blue flag's going to have to stop again as well. Derek, this could be coming back to him. See, I knew what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. It's fine. It's the Gran Turismo service, so just toying with my emotions. I don't know what I was doing. He doesn't need to weave anymore. In fact, Owen needs to be careful because now he's almost on the wrong tyre. Look at how heavy the rain is. It's almost back into the top bar. So Odon leads Zom. Unsafe is only just in his pit boxes. Derek's going to go through. Face Potter's going to go through. Or is he? Unsafe doesn't need to fuel, so he's already on his way. He's going to join. Is Derek ahead of him or behind him? He's ahead of Derek still, I think, just. But he's on fresh intermediates, and but that's Unsafe now. Surely no better than 3rd. Blue flag's down in P8. Joker's only just making it into the pit lane as well. Blue flag's on his way. And with 3 laps to go, the heavens have opened, and Odon finds himself 13 seconds in the lead. He's struggling to hold on to it. He's coming behind Nobby Norris, who I think is on the slick tyres. No, he's back on inters. He's pitted. Static Shocker's also just pitted. He's back on intermediates as well. Came back now on the right. Now he's on the right tyre. It's just far too late for him. Johnny Boy in 12th, right at the back of Stufer. Now around the intermediates, and Monte Carlo just in front of them as well. Joker in 9th then, having made his stop back onto intermediate tyres, and blue flag is in 8th then. He's just a couple of seconds behind Glyn. He was on the right tyre, so Glyn's tyre choice has worked out superbly. Mattman going really well in 6th as well. He's another one who's jumped up the order. He stuck it out. He decided to stick it out when the rain's dried up, and that's come dividends for him at the moment. He's got 2 cars right behind him. Derek going well in 4th. Unsafe in third, but it's Odon leading from Zom. Who had that down? That's their podium for this one. Penultimate lap of the race, and Odon leads by 12.9 seconds. And Zom in a superb P2. 18 seconds ahead, but as I think it was pointed out, it's still going to be a very big swing for unsafe here because his nearest rival, Blue Flag, is down in P8 at the moment. However, that could be P6 in a second because they're 3 wide up the start finish right now. They're not. They're back to 2 wide. Glyn on the inside. Matman opening up the curb. Blue Flag going to go down the inside. Through he goes. Blue Flag gets one place there. Where is Joker? Joker's 29 seconds behind. He's got ahead of Stufer. I think he's ahead of Stufer anyway, actually, wasn't he? Like Stufer and Monte Carlo and Johnny Boy going at it now as well. Battle here. Jump on. Battle for 6th. Let's spread out a little bit, so let's go back and have a look at these guys. Having a battle onto the penultimate lap. There you go. Stufer, Monte Carlo, Johnny Boy. 10th, 11th, and 12th. Monte Carlo looking down the inside there. I think he's just showing in the mirrors that might compromise his run up the hill though. Johnny Boy's got a good run here. He could be threatening into turn 2. Well, we go. Cautious on the brakes there, maybe a bit too cautious, but better be too cautious to go straight on and run wide. You see the track is drying up again, the rain has stopped again. So that's that shower. It's brief, it was heavy though. Oh no, what have I done? Monte Carlo's wide in the gravel. That might be Johnny's opportunity then. Can he round him up? Goes to the inside then for the left hand, and Monte Carlo round the outside. Takes the nose. But then he's thrown mid-corner. Johnny Boy has nowhere to go. Monte Carlo is wide. Now tyres is on the both on quite worn intermediates then, so this is a scrap over who can make their tyres last what they've got left. Then Johnny Boy's got a good run. Monte Carlo's going to go a little bit defensive. Oh, the big pump there. Monte Carlo's going to run a little bit wide, is he? Johnny Boy's going to let him, dropping ahead there. Good drive from Johnny Boy, good respect there. Easy mistake to make. You're unsighted, coming in, you don't know where your rival's going to break. Let him have it though. On to the final lap we go. And up front, in fact he's coming round the penultimate corner. Odon, out of absolutely nowhere, is going to win. Well, Odon played it superbly. Odon wins. GT2 and Zom is going to come round for a P2. Unexpected 1-2. Flash of the lights from Zom. It's a GT3 victory. It's a P2 overall. So for Lee, then he's going to salvage a P3 overall. Flash of the lights. I think he's happy to recover what he has, but what might have been there for him. Derek's going to come round another one. He's gambled on the tyres and it's worked out for him nicely. He's going to hold off the blue flag, who is coming around. Derek then will get 4th from nowhere. Crosses the line, and blue flag will be 5th. Glyn is going to come home in P6 as Face Potter run out of fuel. Face Potter's run out of fuel. Where's Matman? Oh, Face Potter's just made its line, then Face Potter gets 7th, the Matman gets 8th. I came back there, the man on the wrong tyre at the wrong time, always. Joker then, oh dear me. That one moment there where he just had to avoid running to the back of blue flag. Went off the circuit, and the wet track, or the wet runoff area on slick tyres was not kind to him then. He ends up down in P9. Stu for the early race leader. 11 off, then he's going to end up in P10. Then Monte Carlo's going to prevail in this little battle then. Johnny Boy not able to find a way through. Sending out the final corner, both of them there gambling on staying out. And it's paid dividends for them. Then 11th for Monte Carlo, 12th for Johnny Boy. Norman Harris was 13th, I came back as 14th. And Static Shocker was P15. Up 12 positions, and it is a victory for Odon, then the surprise winner. But fair play to him, he played that strategy game absolutely perfectly. Checked his radar, saw what was coming, gambled on the intermediates lasting, we might have had a grandstand finish between himself and Unsafe anyway, but as the rain fell back, it just meant that Unsafe was not able to get back to him, and so Odon Victoria Zom was the big beneficiary there, having lost second place to Unsafe prior to that, managing to get that back, and it's a great drive from Zom. Unsafe Release ends up in P3. Fourth for Derek, another one who gambled on strategy, and it paid off quite nicely. Blue Flag ending up P5, then a good recovery from him there, being down in P8 at one point. Glyn gets P6, then it's Face Potter in P7, having run out of fuel at the end. Matman getting P8. 9th for Joker, it's 10th for Stufa. Monte Carlo 11th. Johnny Boy in 12th place, then Nobby Norris. Didn't quite work out as well this week for him in the Ferrari, then it ends up P13. I came back forever on the wrong tyre, unfortunately, ends up at P14. And Static Shocker ending up with P15 now, although we did lead for a good chunk of that first lap there. We did think he'd get bullied off at some point there by Derek, I think it was. So, but good to see him lead for a little bit at least there. Well, there we go. I've done my worst, and now that's going to come back and haunt me tomorrow, because tomorrow is GT1, of course, so please do join Joker for commentary as the GT1 boys hit the track here at the Red Bull Ring. Once again, we will have the Mazdas in the basking sunshine of the Red Bull Ring, and then who knows what's going to befall us in the Endurance race. Then Joker is going to be plotting his most evil, I'm sure, after that. But that is the end of the coverage for this evening. Thank you to everybody in the stream. If we haven't already liked so, please like it before you go. And thank you for the comments as ever. Next week then for GT2, we are on, as you can see there, Circuit Saint Croix. The B layout then for the endurance race is 40 laps of one of the long layouts with the lesser seen tracks on the game. But look forward to that next week then. But for this evening from me, thank you for joining us, and good evening.